අයිබෝන් පුතා හැමෝටම right you all welcome to the grade 10 English medium maths paper class. So today is the very first day we are meeting with a new thing, and it is a new approach to the ordinary level exam as a paper class starting from grade 10 second term. හරිද? ඒතර අපි හැමෝම හදමුණ ගහන්නේ 10 paper class එකත් එක්ක. ඒතර අද අපි පළවෙනිම දවස එතකොට paper number 1 වලින් අපි start කරනවා. ඒතර මේක හොඳ opportunity එකක් ඔයාලට හරියටම grade 10 වල ඉඳලා grade 11 O level exam එකට දක්වාම continue වෙන paper class එකක්. So I will introduce you the procedure of our class, and I will tell you how the papers are set up and how the discussion is ongoing. Okay. So before move to the paper class, I will tell you this class is continuing on each Monday from 8:30 onwards, right? So the ending time normally 2-hour paper class, but sometimes it may be more than 2 hours or sometimes it less than 2 hours as per the paper extent. හරිද? ඒතර paper එකේ තරමානුව ඒ කාල සීමාව පොඩ්ඩක් වෙනස් වෙනවා. Can everyone hear me? Yeah? Right. Any questions? Can you hear me? Wait. What about others? Can't you hear me? Can anyone send me a message? Okay, right. No problem. Okay, right. No problem. So I will tell you the procedure. So each Monday the paper class on 8:30 to imagine 10:30. So I will drop the paper on each Tuesday. Then next week Monday is the discussion. So firstly I will conduct the first papers, maybe up to 10 papers, the first papers, then up to the 15 or 20 the second papers, then again first paper and again second paper, and in some periods I am discussing a full set of paper. But normally when we consider first paper and second paper, then totally paper is consistent. Okay, right. So I will distribute the paper into the groups on each Tuesday, and the discussion will be on each Monday. So every students are getting a PDF paper, and they have to do the paper itself within a week time period, and then the discussion is ongoing by the following weeks. Okay, that is the procedure happens, and then the students can raise any questions. Once the students is registered the class, I will allow you to talk to me within the live session. So students can raise any questions, any matters regarding maths, or any doubts they can clarify within the class itself. That is the specialty here. Okay. Other than that, you can ask any maths questions in any the O-level syllabus. Although it is not a part of the paper, you can raise any questions during the paper class, or you can bring any questions to the paper class and you can ask after the session. So after each session I will give you a chance to raise questions, and within the session also you can raise any questions. Okay. So you know that we started grade 11 paper class this year, and there we have discussed almost 24 papers up to now. 24 papers up to now. So I plan to discuss more than 50 papers before they sit to the exam, because we just started around 3 months ago, right? So you also having a chance to do maximum number of papers with a high quality theory concepts, right? So here, this is not just a paper class. That means I am giving the answer and you are marking the answer, not that. So I am giving a detailed discussion. Although you are not in a proper knowledge in certain theory parts, you can catch up it properly. පැහැදිලිද පුතා? මේක නිකන් හුදෙක් ප්‍රශ්නේ උත්තරේ දෙන පේපර් ක්ලාස් එකක් නෙමෙයි. මේක ඩීටේල් ඩිස්කෂන් එකක් යන්නේ. ඒතර හැම ප්‍රශ්නයක්ම ගත්තාම අපි ඒකේ ඩීටේල් ඩිස්කෂන් එකක් දෙනවා. තියරි නොදන්න කෙනෙකුට වුණත් පේපර් ක්ලාස් එක through හරියට ගණන් ටික හදන විදිය කියලා දෙනවා. ඒ වගේම මේ හැම එක ගානකටම බේස් එක කියලා දෙනවා. එතකොට තියරි වල අඩුපාඩු තියෙන අයටත් මේක හොඳ chance එකක්. හරියටම පේපර් සෙට් එකත් එක්ක එකතු වෙලා පේපර් ක්ලාස් එක කන්ටිනියු කරන්න. එතකොට මේකේ විශේෂත්වය බොහොමයක් සියලු papers වගේම ELC content එකට comply වෙනවා. Right, all the papers are comply to the ELC content. So what do you mean? Do you know about the ELC content? The first paper is set up under the ELC content. So it clearly describes how the depth of each questions and how each questions are given in the O-level paper. These things a lot of students and the teachers do not know exactly, those who didn't get this idea about the ELC. So the first paper cannot be more difficult because the reason the paper is set up under the ELC content. So within the class, I am telling that the content of the ELC content, and each questions I am telling you, this is the depth of the question, and this is the question, this type of the question would be there in the exam. I can clearly say the pattern of the paper, right? So this is our procedure. So, and all the papers are sent to you as per the ELC content, not the out of the syllabus papers. They are within the syllabus, and some papers are given the provincial papers also, but I am not mentioning their provincial names, these things. And then you can do it and ask the questions, and you can make the marks accordingly, right? So for this class, you have to take a CR size book. You shall maintain a book, and you have to make a note on each paper, especially the incorrect questions. You have to mark these on a red pen, and imagine if you get a certain question, you got incorrect your answer, then you write what is the correct answer and how the way of achieving to the correct answer. So you are writing only the incorrect questions and any theory, new theory parts gaining through the paper class. Okay, so you are maintaining a red pen and a CR size book for each paper. You put the date and you put the paper number, and you write the feedbacks. Feedbacks means the additional things you learned and the incorrect questions, and thereby what is the new concepts you gain throughout the papers. Okay, so this is our procedure. You must do the papers. Without doing the paper, don't participate to the discussion. That is not worth. We have to do the papers and come to the discussion. Okay, so because in the live session I am not giving the time to do it. You can do it at home, and then the fully discussion is going on the live class. Okay, so this is 29th July. So from next week onwards, I will register you to the class through my website probably. Then you can register and can come to the class. So I will open the links to you to enter into the class. Right. So this is our plan. So we are at the mid of the second term of the grade 10. You know that before ending the second term, the third term of grade 10, we may cover a lot of papers which is suited for the O-level syllabus. Right. Further, keep in your mind, the majority of the O-level paper is from the grade 10. We can see a lot of parts are coming under the grade 10 syllabus, especially in the paper 1. So this should be a great opportunity you to make a solid A pass in the O-level exam also. දැන් පුතා ඔයාලා දන්නවා grade 10 and 11 දෙකින්මයි paper එක හැදෙන්නේ. එතකොට 10 වල majority එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒ paper content එකට set වෙලා හරියටම වැඩේ ගොඩ දාපුවාම ඒක කෙලින්ම O level එකක් confirm වෙන්නත් හේතුවක් වෙනවා. term test වල ලකුණු එනවා වගේම O level paper එකෙත් ඒකක් අපිට solid එකක් confirm වෙනවා. ලකුණු 100ට ආසන්න වෙච්ච එකකට හැමෝටම යන්න පුළුවන්. ලකුණු 100 ගන්නත් පුළුවන්. හරි. ඒතර ඕකයි අපේ procedure එක. ඒතර ඔයාලට හොඳම opportunity එකක් තියෙන පුතා grade 10 තව ඉතින් අපි හිතමුකෝ මේකේ තියෙනවා කියලා මාස 5ක්. ඒතර මේ මාස 5යි තව 11 වසරේ අවුරුද්දයි සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම කරගෙන වැඩේ ගොඩ දා ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒතර ඔයාලා වෙන theory class වලට ගියත් ගැටලුවක් නැහැ. right මේක through අනිවාර්යෙන්ම ඔයාලගේ marks ටික up වෙනවා. මොකද paper එකක් තුලින් තමයි ගණිතයේ හැකියාව ඔප්නැම් වෙන්නේ. මොකද අපි ඉගෙන ගන්නවා certain topics at same different times but we cannot gather the knowledge. අන්න ඒකයි ප්‍රධානම maths වල failure එක වෙන්නේ. අපිට knowledge එක තැන් වල ඉගෙන ගන්න knowledge එක අපිට gather කරලා එක තැනකට ගොනු කරන්න බෑ පුතා. අන්න ඒකයි අපි maths වලදී fail වෙන්නේ. එතකොට අපි ඒක හැම සතියක් තුලම paper එකක් කිරීම සහ discussion එකක් තුලින් gain කරගන්න පුළුවන්. හරිද? එතකොට ඔයාලට paper class එක තුල දිගටම ඉන්න පුළුවන්. හරියට වැඩ ටික කරගත්තොත් අනිවාර්යෙන් වැඩේ ගොඩ දා ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක පිළිබඳව තමන් තුළ විශ්වාසය තියාගන්න. එතකොට ඒක ඉබේම වෙනවා. අනිත් එක තමයි හැමෝම live session එකට එන්න recordings provide කරනවා. හැබැයි recordings commonly දාන්නේ නැහැ. ඒක සහභාගී නොවිච්ච අයට ගන්න අවස්ථාව තියෙනවා. ඒතර website එක develop වුණාට පස්සේ website එක through ඔයාලට ඕන paper එකක recording එකක් බලන්න පුළුවන්. paper number එකත් එක්ක recording එක තියෙනවා. හරිද? ඒතර ඒ website එක through papers ටිකත් upload කරනවා. ඉස්සරහට තාම ඒක හදාගෙන යනවා. එතකොට එහෙම අපේ වැඩපිළිවෙලත් එක්ක join වෙන්න පුළුවන්. හරිනේ. එතකොට මම හිතන්නේ දැන් ඔයාලා grade 10 වල ඉන්නේ ලොකු numbers of papers ප්‍රමාණයක් අපිට discuss කරගන්න පුළුවන්. grade 10 වලත් ඒ වගේම 11 වලත්. හරිද? එතකොට ඔක අපේ වැඩසටහන මොනාරි ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා දැන් messages දාන්න පුළුවන්. ඊට පස්සේ අපි register කරාට පස්සේ ඔයාලට live session වලදී ප්‍රශ්න අහන්න අවස්ථාව තියෙනවා. mics කතා කරලා අහන්න පුළුවන්. right. ඔක තමයි අපේ procedure එක. So I have shared the paper number 1 very first paper to the group. Then we will move to the discussion. Today sometimes it will take bit additional time period because I gave an introduction regarding the paper class today, but next days sharply I can cover up this paper within the given time period. Right. So before move to the paper, I will give you how the paper structure is there. Right. So we have two papers, paper 1 and paper 2. Okay. So paper 1 is 2-hour paper, and then paper 2 is 3-hour paper. So you have to sit for 5-hour papers. කැමැත්තෙන් හරි අකමැත්තෙන් හරි පැය 5ක් ලියන්න වෙනවා. හරි. එතකොට දැන් ඔයාලට හේතුව දැන් සමහරුන්ගේ ලකුණු drop වෙලා ඇති එකපාරම grade 9 to 10. Sometimes you may have drop your marks. What is the reason? Previously we have familiarized with 2.5-hour paper. Now it came directly 5-hour paper. One thing. The other thing, the paper structure, format, and the theory concepts, the extent is varied, right, and wide. So that is also another reason, right? Here, first paper and second paper, separate paper, and you are not familiar with the structure. To gain the marks, you must participate a discussion of paper, right? So in this 2-hour paper, we have part A and part B, right? So in part A, we have 25 questions, right? So all the questions, you know that, categorized under 6 themes. Which themes? 6 themes. All the maths concepts in the O-level maths is categorized into 6 themes. Like the numbers, the algebra, the measurements, then sets, probability, geometry, statistic. So under these themes, all the questions are set up. So do you know we have exact number of questions in each themes given? Okay, for an example, if I get a geometry theme, it shall be given 8 questions under the geometry. That's the paper format. So So the majority of the 25 questions is from the geometry, that is 8 questions. Okay, likewise from the sets statistic, this much questions, from the algebra this much, from the number this much, specific questions are there. හරියටම පුතා එක තීම් එකෙන් දෙන questions ගාන පැහැදිලිව list out කරලා තියෙනවා. එතකොට අපිට paper ELC format එකට comply paper එකක් නම් අනිවාර්යෙන් මේ equations ගාන ඒ විදිහටම තියෙන්න ඕනේ. වෙනස් වෙන්න බෑ. පැහැදිලි? Right. So altogether we have 25 questions. So each questions carries 2 marks, then totally 50 marks for the part A. So part B consists with 5 questions, right? So these 5 questions themes are given, like the numbers, then the measurements, then the next sets and probability, then the statistic, then likewise the themes being given. So one question from these themes to be given under the part B, one question from these themes to be given by the under the part B. Likewise, these 5 questions is set up, right? But if we mention that under the measurement questions, given one questions mean it may be like measurements of the area, and sometimes it is like rate, the distance time, that is also coming under the measurement. So the theme mentioned, then we can predict under these themes what would be the probable questions. Likewise, okay. So here each questions carries 10 marks. So 5 questions, then that is 50 marks. Okay, so that is how the paper 1 format, and this is built up as per the ELC content. ELC mean essential learning concept. Okay, so it cannot be varied from the ELC content. So it describe you each competencies and how the depth of each competencies and the questions accordingly. Okay, right. So that is the structure. So we have 100 marks of the paper 1 and 2-hour paper, and it is based on the ELC concept. I will introduce one by one what is the ELC content and how the questions been given under that. Okay, so that is the story of the paper 1. That is clear. Okay, the paper 2 is a 3-hour paper. So that contains also 2 parts, A and B. So here we have 6 questions. Out of that, here we have 6 questions under part B. So out of 6 questions, we have to give the answer for 5 questions. Here, out of 6 questions, we have to give answer for 5 questions. So you are allowed to select 10 questions out of 12 questions, but here in each part, you can disregard only 1 questions, right? You cannot neglect 2 questions. You can avoid 2 questions in the same part, because 1 part, 1 questions avoided. Here, 1 part, 1 questions. So 10 marks, 10 questions there. So out of 10, here each question carries 10 marks. Then 10 into 10, that gives you 100 marks. Okay. And the specialty here, a lot of students do not know sometimes, you may know. Here we have under A parts, you know that there are 2 types of questions. We call the essay type questions. The other one, the structured questions. Do you know what is the difference between the essay type and structured question? The essay types means they are not categorized into the subparts. Just you have to show the final answer without steps, right? This is like A-level combined math questions, right? So essay type questions are there. How many essay type questions under part A? The 2 questions essay types. We call this is the high skill measurement questions, right? ඒ කියන්නේ පුතා අවසාන උත්තරේටමයි යන්න තියෙන්නේ. අතරමැද parts වලට කඩලා නැහැ. ඒව තමයි essay types. ඒතොර ඒවා කීයක් තියෙනවද part A වල? දෙකක් තියෙනවා. In part B, also we have the essay type questions, 2 essay type questions. Normally 1 question is from the geometry, right? එතකොට ඔන්නෝම තියෙනවා හරියටම essay type questions කීයක් තියෙනවද? එතකොට 4ක් තියෙනවා. මේ essay type questions සමහර ළමයින්ට difficult, but some students are likely to deal with the essay type questions. it mentioned in the syllabus that is the high skill measurement questions. එතකොට මෙතන questions දෙකයි මෙතන questions දෙකයි හතරක් ලියන්න වෙනවා essay type. එතකොට මේ model එකට හුරු වෙන්න ඕනේ. එතකොට ඒකේ අපිට guidance එකක් නැහැ. Final answer to be taken one shot. එකපාර අපිට final answer එකට යන්න ඕනේ. path එක අපිට නැහැ. Right. ඒ වගේ maths questions වලට හුරු වෙන්න ඕනේ. Second paper එකේ දොර papers through I will discuss how to gain the knowledge of the essay type questions. Okay. And our other specialty here, the geometric equations are in the part B, two geometric equations, pure geometry two equations, and one geometric equations under the construction. The construction is also coming under the geometric theme. So geometry altogether, we have three big equations in the paper two, pure geometry and one construction equation. So the two geometric equations comes under the part B. You cannot avoid both equations geometry. So you must answer one question, otherwise you will lose the marks. Okay. So that is how the paper 2 format, and that is 3-hour paper. You have to do within the 3-hour 10 questions. So approximately 18 minutes per one question. Okay. So here no problem. Part A, part B. Mark wise it is 50 to 50. Okay. Time wise also you can say that 50 to 50. Okay. Because mark wise 50 to 50, time wise 50 to 50. So it means 2-hour paper, 1 hour for part A and 1 hour for part B. But I prefer you if you can complete this part before 1 hour, right? Maybe 45 minutes and the balance for the part B, right? Because these are some structured question. These are structured question, and here it is not given essay type questions under the part B. Normally it is structured questions, mean subparts are there. Okay, so that is the paper structure. I think you learned the paper structure. Some students may know, but some may not know the paper structure. So this is similar to the O-level paper structure. Now you are continuing with the O-level paper structure. Okay, right from grade 10 first term onwards, you are dealing the O-level paper structure, O-level format, everything related to the O-level. So now you are doing the paper means you are ready into the O-level paper. These questions sometimes exactly in the paper, right? That is why I say that is very important to have a paper class in this level, right? Okay, right. So this is the conclusion of the paper format. Then I will move the questions. The first paper I introduce you, then I will discuss especially, right, today the part A 25 questions in a detailed manner, right? දොර පුතා අද මම ඩිස්කස් කරන්නේ දැන් මම මෙතනදී paper structure එක format එක කතා කරා. So that is clear to everyone, and I especially mention what is ELC concept, and then what is the importance of a paper class. Okay, now I will today further I have shared the paper to you. I discuss the part A of the paper, very first paper today, right? This is not just an introduction. I move to the paper also within today itself. අද මම paper එකටත් move වෙනවා පුතා. එතකොට ඒක මම අද first day එක නිසා part A එක සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම discuss කරනවා. අපි එතකොට next day එක ඉඳලා full paper එකක්, paper 1 නම් අනිවාර්යෙන් full paper එකම within a day I discuss totally, right? Okay, now you can turn to the paper. I have shared the paper previously, but some students recently joined. Sometimes they couldn't do the paper, but I will start the discussion now, right? You can take the paper and you can take a CR book if you have, and red pen, and make the corrections and write down any additional things you gain through the paper class as a theory part within the paper number 1. Okay, right. Okay, now I move to the paper. See there, first question, very first question, right? First one, in between which whole numbers does the value of root 17 lies? Right. So this is coming under the square root in the grade 10 lesson in the first term. Right. So in the so what is the depth of the questions? Normally in the O-level paper, if they ask to find a square root to the first approximation, it is normally a number less than 100. Remember the depth number less than 100, which is not the perfect square, which is not a perfect square. So what are the perfect square? You know that these are the perfect square. You have to remember 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81, then 100. So these are the perfect squares. Perfect squares equal or less than 100. Okay, then remember their square root values. For this question, this is the theory part, you know. Okay, right. Then square root 1 is 1. Then square root 4 means 2. Square root 9 means 3. Square root 16 means 4. Square root 25 means 5. Square root 36, 6. Square root 49, 7. Square root 64, 8. Square root 81, 9. Square root 100, 10. Okay, this is what you need to know to catch up these questions under this theme, right? So now you know that root 17 lies between what? Here, apply this root 17 to here, 16 and 25. Okay, 17 lies between which perfect square numbers? You have to write what are the perfect square number? Lower one 16, upper one 25. Okay, then square root asking, apply the root for this both. Then this value between lies square root 16 and square root 25. So square root 16 means what? As per this question answer, 4. Square root 25 is 5. So it lies between which whole number? 4 and 5. So it is like 4 point something. So some questions are there under the first approximation. You have to take the value root 17. But this is not that category. We will discuss in later papers. We will find the root 17 to the first approximation. Okay, but here they are asking which whole numbers. So the answer is 4 and 5. 4 and 5. Okay, first question answer is that one. So you can gain this knowledge, and if you need anything, you can write it down. Okay, next one. If 1/3 of rupees 900 was distributed among A and B equally, find the amount received by B. First, find out 1/3 of mean what in maths? 1/3 of rupees 900. Okay, then of mean maths multiplication 1/3 of 900. Then you can simplify here 3 1 3 3 2 zeros. So that is rupees 300. That is 1/3 of 900. Then this mentioned that distributed among A and B equally, right? Equally being shared by two persons. So this is to be divided by 2, right? To take the value received by A. Just then divide by 2. 300 divided by 2 means rupees 150. Okay, right? So 1/3 of 900 is shared by two persons. You found first 1/3 of 900, 300. It is shared by two people. Then you have to divide it by 2. Okay, right? Rupees 150. Right, now I am moving to the next question. There, find the value of x. So we have geometric questions. So the third one is coming under the geometry. So how many geometric questions are there in the first paper, O-level paper? You know that 8 questions are there. Now you know the depth. Okay. In geometric questions, my advice, think the questions right. හරියටම හිතන්න පුතා. ප්‍රශ්නේ උඩට හිතන්න. හිතලා අපිට පේන දේවල් ටික ප්‍රශ්නේ ලකුණු කරන්න. පේන දේවල් ටික ලකුණු කරන්න. පැන්සලෙන් ලකුණු කරන්න. Okay? Right. Now you can see that here these two sides equal. Sides දෙක සමානයි. එහෙනම් මේ sides වලට front angles සමානයි. Right. This is this side front to the x and front to that side also to be x. Why? There is a theorem, if two sides equal, right, front angle to that side are equal. Front angle to that side are equal. Okay, so this side is front to the x, and this side also shall be front to the x. So you mark x and x here. That's the theorem says. Now you can see that this is a triangle, right? When one side is produced, you can see an exterior angle here that is 140, that equal to the interior opposite sum. So sum of these two. So what is sum here? X plus x, right? That is the interior opposite sum. This is the exterior equal interior opposite sum. This is the opposite sum. X plus x equal the exterior 140. So that is called the exterior angle theorem. Exterior angle theorem. So do we need to mention the theorem name here? What do you think? In the first paper, we are doing first paper question. It is not compulsory. Remember that. What do you mean by compulsory? But if you write, no problem. But that reasoning is compulsory in the paper 2. In paper 2, we cannot write this way. Within the bracket, we must give the reason. But for the first paper, that is not compulsory. But if you get used to write the reason, no problem, write it. සමහරලා පුරුදුලා ඉන්න රීසනින් එක ලියන්න ෆස්ට් පේපර් එක උනත් ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. Right. So 2x equal now 140. So just divide by 2 both side, then 2 cancelled. So x equals 70 degree. Okay, so what is the specialty here? Mark x here within the diagram itself. Then the examiner knows that you have used that theorem properly. Sides equal, then the front angles are equal. Okay, right. You can make the corrections and you can make the marks. For each questions as mentioned, 2 marks is given. Right, the third one, 2 elements belong to A intersect B. Right, so this is a set question. So one set and another set. So here A is there and here B is there. So here the universal set. So 3, 5 here and here 2 and here 6 and 1, 4. Right. So what is the special case here? You know that in grade 10 maths, we have only 2 subset questions. 2 subset only in grade 10 maths. But in grade 11 maths, we are dealing with 3 subsets. So here, B is a subset. B is a subset of A. B A ge ඇතුළේ ඉන්නේ පුතා. B ඉන්නේ A ගේ ඇතුළේ රිංගලා. එහෙනම් B is a subset of A. So intersection B means what? So A intersection B. A intersection B means what? මේ දෙන්නටම පොදු වෙන කලාපය. The common region for both. Right? What is that? A intersection B means this region that belongs to A as well as B. Remember, when one set is a subset of another, right? When one set is inside another one, that intersection means the smaller set. Intersection is the smaller set here. So what is the smaller set? B. Okay. Then what are the answers for intersection? That as an elements they are asking. So 2 elements, they are 3, 5. So this is a set. You must write as A intersection B equal, and within the curly brackets we have to specify the element. Right. Remember that equal mark should be there, and within the curly bracket state the elements with the comma. Okay. Right. So you learned additional things. If one is a subset of another, the intersection is the smaller set. Additionally, the union is the bigger set. Bigger set means A union B means A plus B total. So A plus B total is the bigger set, that is A. So intersection is the smaller set B. Right. This happens for only which case? One is a subset of other. For that case, we can apply it. Remember that one. Okay. Fine. Okay, now we are moving to the question 5. So the fifth question, we add fifth question. Solve, that is a simple equation x upon 3 minus 2 equal 5. So here we have to solve for x, means subjecting next. So better this minus 2 brings to the other sides. Like you know that in previous gate, we minus 2 cancelled with plus 2, adding plus 2 to the both side. That's actually happens. But now you are in grade 10 students, just transfer this one to the, you can transfer the terms from left to the right of the equal marks, having sign is differ. Right, sign එක වෙනස් කරලා මාරු කරන්න දෙපැත්තට ගෙනියන්න. So you can write x upon 3 equal, bring negative 2 to the other side as positive 2, then 5 plus 2. Okay, so x upon 3 equal 5 plus 2 means 7. Okay, now division 3 there, how to eliminate a division in an equation, do the opposition. Division opposition is multiplication. Multiplication opposition is division. Addition opposition is subtraction. Likewise, do the opposition operation. Right, so here you multiply by 3 both sides. So it's cancelled out the division 3, you multiply 3 both sides. Okay, 3 cancelled out. Then here x equal 7 into 3, 21. Okay, so here subjecting x is the main purpose. You extract the terms, right? You separate the terms bounded to the x, right? By doing the opposition operation. Right. Now we add question number 6. See, that is coming under which theme? Geometry theme. Right. So now we add the second geometry questions. They are asking the value of A. See there, this is a straight line and this is A, 70 and 50. Okay. Now check. This is a straight line. So these are the angles on a straight line. Okay, so you know that the angles on a straight line is add up to 180. That's the theorem you deal. You can add these three angles and equal to 180. A plus 70 plus 50 equal 180. So you can subject A, 70 plus 50 becomes 120 equal 180. Then subject A, bring this plus 120 to the other side, then it becomes as minus 120. So A equal now 60 degrees, equals 60 degrees. Always keep in your mind, you must specify the units of the any finding things. If there is any unit, you have to mention it. Otherwise, you will lose marks. එහෙම නැති වුණොත් පුතා marks අඩු වෙනවා. හරි? Right. Right, now we are at question number 7. See question number 7. The perimeter in this sector is 86 centimeter. If its arc length is 44, find the radius. You know that I will tell you, right? This is a sector 120 degree, okay? And its arc length. What is the arc length? So the arc length means the curved length only. So arc length is not consist with the straight length. So arc එක කියන්නේ පුතා මෙහෙම, right? From which දිග තමයි arc length එක. So here the arc length means this length only. So that is what that gives you 44 centimeter. So perimeter is what? Perimeter means the outer length, all the outer length, sum of all the outer length. If you start here, the perimeter means you have to come to the starting point. That total length is the perimeter. That gives here 86. Okay, perimeter equal 86. So in a sector, how the perimeter born? Perimeter is arc length plus, what is this? A radius. What is this? A radius. If I put R and R, that are the two radius. So perimeter consists with, this is the equation, arc length, we mentioned C plus 2 radius. Okay. Perimeter of a sector is what? Arc length plus 2 radius. So here the arc length is, perimeter is 86 equal, arc length is 44 plus 2 radius. So subject in 2 radius, just subtract from 86, 44. That is equal to 2 radius. Now you can see 2, 4, 42 equal to R. Now you need to subject R, just divide by 2 both sides. 2 cancel, then R equal 21. What is the unit? Centimeter. So radius is 21 centimeter. Okay, right. So what is the logic you learned here? Perimeter of a sector is the sum of the arc length plus 2 radius. So here perimeter given and arc length given, finding the radius is asking. Okay, right. So how to deal with that one? Just the perimeter subtracts the arc length, divide by 2 shortly. Okay, right. You know that in first paper, now I will show you the depth of the question. In first paper, if they ask to find the perimeter or the area, so we should have these 3 sectors only. So first paper එකේ ආවොත් perimeter එක හොයන්න formula apply කරලා, right, or finding the area, they must give these 3 sectors only. That's the ELC content says. This is 180-degree sector, or the half of that is 90-degree sector, or right, it is 45-degree sector. Okay, so these 3 sector only to be given in the first paper. Right, first paper එකේ O level paper එකේ එන්නේ කවුද එතකොට? මේ sectors තුනෙන් එකක් විතරයි පුතා. It is not given like 30-degree sectors, 60-degree sectors, 120-degree sectors for the first paper. Okay, so now you know depth of the sectors for finding perimeter and finding area. Perimeter and area, we have these 3 types of sectors only. So now you can practice finding perimeters and the areas for these 3 types sectors. I will teach you when we are learning that content. Okay, at the moment, remember that part. Right, okay, that is fine. Now we are moving to the question number 8. This sometimes the theory part is not known to you up to now. LG 1000 equal, right, 3. How to write the index form? So you know that under the logarithm in the first paper, we have this depth question. What is the depth of the question? This conversion only, log to the index or index to the log, the both way, right, only in the first paper. The log එකෙන් මොකද්ද පුතා එන question එක આવොත් paper 1 එකට එන්නේ log එකක් index එකට convert කරන්න or index to log. Are there any logarithm equations? No. Are there any logarithm big simplifications? No. That is not in the first paper. That is dealt with the second paper. එහෙනම් මොකද්ද ඔයා හොඳට practice කරලා යන්නේ exam එකට යනකොට? Log to index and index to log. ඔය දෙක විතරයි. Very simple. පැහැදිලි depth එක දන්නවා, log to index or index to log practice කරලා යන්න ඕනේ. Right. එකයි exam එකට එන්නේ first paper එකේ. අරන් බලන්න papers. Right, okay. Now we will convert this one. So here LG means what? That is a short form of logarithm to the base 10. You write as logarithm to the base 10. Okay, 1000 there. So this is the easiest way. Here index forms mean log part to be cancelled. So here the base, what I do here, I transfer this base to the right side of the equal mark as the base there. Then here log part eliminated, then 1000 remain. Right, 10 transfer as the base of the right side. So that is the 10 base. Then the 3 is shifted to the upward as index. 3 උඩට shift වෙනවා. මෙයා basic විදියට එහාට තල්ලු කරන්න. Right. So here log being eliminated, cancelled, then 1000 equal 10 to the power 3. Is that true? Yes. 10 to the power 3 is 1000. 10 into 10 into 10. So this is called what? Index form. Have you identified? This is a base, this is the index, and this is the answer. Okay, so 10 to the power 3 equal 1000. Got it? Right, this is called the index form. This is called the logarithm form. Identify the difference. Okay, in future equations, we transfer to the other way around, right? Correct it? Right. Now see this equation. Right, make gun hamon logarithm of 8 to the base 2 equal 3. How to convert to the index format? Right, that is the base of the logarithm, catch it, and transfer as the base here. So 8 equal, transfer as the base, 2 base, 3 goes to the index. That is the index format. Second example, write logarithm of 25 to the base 5 equal to. So how to write in the index form? Just transfer 5 to the as the base, then 5 to the power 2 equal 25 here. Log cancelled. So this is called the index form. Okay, may දෙපැත්ත මාරු කරලා ඉවර කමක් නෑ. Right. That's okay. Okay, right. So that is done. Now you know how to convert the logarithm to the index format. Right. Question number 9. දොර හැමෝම මේ ප්‍රශ්න 25 ඩිස්කෂන් එකට රෙඩි වෙලා ජොයින් වෙලා ඉන්න. හරි සෙෂන් එක ඉවර වෙනකම් මම බලනවා ඒක හැමෝගෙම මේ 25 තුල සෑහෙන වපසරියක් වයිඩ් නොලෙජ් එකක් ගේන් කරගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒතර අද මම මේ 25ම ඩිස්කස් කරනවා. right? yes. Again see the log 1. Okay, write another example. Logarithm of 1000, that is done. Logarithm of 81 to the base 3 equal 4. How to write in the logarithm format? බලන්න දැන් ඔයාලට මේ chat එකට දාන්න මම අවස්ථාව දෙනවා. ඉස්සරහට අද first day එකනේ මම තමයි discuss කරන්නේ. මේකේ පුතේ මෙහෙමයි කරන්නේ, right? Base එක අල්ල ගන්න. Catch the base here in the logarithm. What is the base? Logarithm of 81 to the base 3. Base is 3. මූ තමයි අල්ල ගන්න base එක. Right. Now what you do, take that base to the right side, shifted to the right side of the equal mark base. Then what is that? 3 is the base, right? Then 4 goes to the upward, shifted to the index. Okay, now log cancelled here, base transferred. Now 81 remained. Okay, 81 equal 3 to the power 4. That's the answer. Got it? Right. Adeline? Okay. Right. Now we are moving to the, so you know that in each paper we catch this question. හැම paper එකම මේක තියෙනවා. දැන් අද වැරදුණු අයට ආයි ඊළඟ paper එකේ මේක වරදින්නේ නැහැ. එමුණුත් ඉගෙනගෙන නැහැ අහගෙන නැහැ එච්චරයි. හරි? Right. Question number 9 we are discussing now. X minus perfect square equal x squared minus plus 9. හරිම ලේසි. This is the binomial expansion under grade 10 first term, right? First term x minus something, right? And here, how you expand it, first term is square, x squared, fine. Then how the third term comes, the second term is square is the last term. So 9 comes as a square of something. Square of something is 9. So what shall be here? Which square gives you 9? You argue that. So that is 3. Then 3 square is the 9. So here shall be 3 and they have mentioned minus mark. No problem. Minus 3 square, positive 9. Always whatever positive, negative, this shall be positive. The middle term is the varied one. How to take the middle term? Easiest way. The twice of the product of these two terms. May dennage product take twice anything. How did the product take 3 into x, 3x, 3 into x. May then guna karanna 3 into x, 3x, take it twice 6x, 3x twice 6x. Right. So the middle term is 6x. That's the binomial expansion. Right. How to expand this one as per this? First term is square, x squared. Then the middle term is, if it is minus minus, product ke degune 4x ke degune 4 into x 4x ke degune 8x, right? Then the second term is square, 4 is square, 4 square means 16. That's the binomial expansion. Okay. Now we are moving to the question number 10. So now it is given two congruent triangle, congruency grade 10 maths, A, B, C, D. Right, these two sides equal. ABD and ADC are congruent triangles. Fill in the blanks. ADC, they are congruent triangles. Congruent num, what is the outcome? If two triangles congruent each other, then what is the outcome? Their corresponding elements are equal, right? Their corresponding elements, එයාලගේ අනුරූප අංග equal වෙනවා. So what we see, ADC, if this is 90, this is also 90. This is not as per the congruency, but this is a straight line as well. You can see that is also 90. So ADC equal ADB. Or the otherwise, these are congruent, they are corresponding thing also equal. Then the other one, AD equal, which one? AD. So AD is the common side for both triangle, then AD equal AD. Okay, because that is common side. Okay, for both triangle, that is the common. AD equal AD. That's the answer. Right, question number 11. If any doubts, you can ask. Right. So now we are at question number 11. In a vessel, there are 5 pens in same shape and size. So 5 pens are there. Out of them, 3 are red color, 3 red and color pens, and 2 are blue color. Right. Then a pen is taken out random. Find the probability of pen in a blue pen. And the probability key definition එක පුතා? Probability is defined as the certain events probability. Imagine that event is named as A, then probability of A is defined as the number of elements of A divided by the number of elements of sample space. PA equal NA upon NS. Right? What is NA? Number of elements of A. So the event here, A means like මෙහෙම හදන්න ඕනේ නෑ පුතා, right? මේ understanding එක දෙන්නේ P red or blue pen. P blue, right? That means probability of having a blue pen. So now you check that event is taking a blue pen. So what are the number of occasions to have blue pens? How many blue pens? There are 2 blue pens. 2 on the top, right? Upon the sample space, number of elements of the sample space. So what are the probable results? Here we have 5 probable results. 5 pens are there. So the sample space means the total number of pens here. 3 plus 2, 5. That is how the answer given. That is the basis. That is the theory of the maths. But just you can directly put how the probability given simple manner. Take the total number of pen to the bottom, and on the top, the certain events results. How many results? Blue pens, then 2 blue pens. If they are red pens, total results 5. How many red pens? 3 red pens. Okay. Right. So this is the theoretical part, how this probability comes. Okay, right. That question answer is 2/5. Question number 11. Now we are moving to the question number 12. Find the value of x. The question number 12. So this is a quadrilateral having 4 sides. See there, here 110 degrees, and here 80 degrees, and here 60 degrees, and here x. Okay. Now you know that there are several methods. You can see that all the are interior angles. So, but here x is the exterior angle. So you know that interior angle sum is of quadrilateral is 360. So you can apply this is y and find y first. How? You write y plus 60 plus here 80 plus 110 equal 360. That is the sum of all interior angles. That is 360. So here y plus 160 plus 60 means 140 and 110. 5, 250 equal 360. Okay, now subject y equal 360 subtracts 250. That gives you y equal 110. Y equal 110. Okay. Then you find here 110. Then how to find x? These are two adjacent angles. So these are two adjacent angles. The sum of these two equal again 180. You can write now 110 plus x equal 180. Then subject x. How to bring 180 to the other side? 180 subtract 110. Then that gives you 70 degree. Okay. Right. Okay, correct them. So we are at question number 12. Now we move to the question number 13. So what are the theorem we use here? The interior angle sum of a quadrilateral is 360. That's the first theorem. Then we discuss these are two adjacent angles on a straight line. The sum of these two equal 180. Okay, 13th one. In the continuous class interval 20 to 26, right? So they are asking find the class size. So that is continuous data. Continuous data kiyane puta, that data can take any decimal fractional value like mass of students, that may be decimal, the height of students. That is a continuous data. The other type of data is the discrete data. Discrete data කියන්නේ whole numbers විතරයි ගන්න පුළුවන්. මොනවද ඒවා? The number of students in a class that cannot be 1 and half, 25 and half, right? No decimal, no fraction mode. Just whole numbers. That are the discrete data. And here the continuous data. So we can take the class size, just subtract 26 subtracts 20, that is 6, right? Then part 2, find the mid value. Okay, mid value. How to take the mid value here? Just add the lower and the upper limit of the class and divide by 2. The easiest way, 20 plus 26 divide by 2. That's the mid value of the class. Lower and upper limits adding and then divide by 2. Then here it becomes 46. Divide by 2 means 23. That is the mid value of the class interval. Okay. For each questions, 1 mark. Okay, now we are moving to the question number 14. That is regarding simplifications. 5 minus 2 into x minus 3. So some students will deal 5 minus 2, 3. 3 multiply with x minus 3. අනිවාර්යෙන් ඔහොම කරනවා සෙට් එක. ඒක හරිද පුතා? එහෙම කරොත් හරිද ආන්සර් එක? වැරදි. Why the reason? Here you cannot do the subtraction first because here we have bracket. Okay, so the simplifications, what is the order bod mass? You cannot deal with the subtraction first. So we have to deal with the bracket first. So here 5, here this minus 2 means negative 2 is there. So by negative 2, you remove the brackets here. You remove the brackets with negative 2, the sign offered to 2. Normally, the sign belongs to 2, negative side. So now remove with negative 2, the inside two terms, multiply here. So negative 2 into x, that is negative 2x. Then negative 2 into negative 3, be careful, negative multiplication becomes you positive. Then 2 into 3 gives you 6. Now you can see that 5 and 6. 5 plus 6, 5 plus 6 becomes as 11. Okay, then minus 2x. So that gives you 11 minus 2x. 5 plus 6 become as 11 and minus 2x. Okay. Okay, correct it පුතා. හරියටම අල්ලගන්න බලන්න concepts. සමහර අය ඔක වැරදියට ගන්න. Right? 5 minus 2. Right. First remove with the minus 2 the brackets. You cannot subtract 5, subtract 2. Why? The reason bracket is there. You have to do the bracket first as per the Bodmas rule. Okay. Then I am moving to the question number 15. So here we have, right, two parallel lines. See there. So here it is given 100 and here 50 degree. Okay, so what they're asking, AEF. AEF, this angle is asking, I write it as X. Okay, right now this is coming under geometry theme. So you can mark any informations that you can find. දැන් පේන දේවල් ටික පුතා මාක් කරමු මේකේ. කොහොමද මාක් කරන්නේ? උදේට බලන්න. So this is two parallel lines. So you can see that this is 100, then this is also 100. What are they? These are the corresponding angles. Right. බලන්න shape එකයි බලාගෙන ඉන්න විදිහයි මුන් දෙන්නගේ සමානයි. මූ මේ පැත්ත බලාගෙන ඉන්නේ. Right. බිම් බලාගෙන ඉන්නේ. This is parallel lines. So this is also 100. These are called the corresponding angles. Then I can mark here, if this is 100, this is vertically opposite to this one. Inside that, mark 100. ඉතින් මොකද්ද එක්සෑම් එකේදී කරන්න ඕනේ? අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම මේ පේන දේවල් ටික ඩයග්‍රෑම් එක තුල මාක් කරන්න. right. ඉතින් අපිට ගානට යන්න පුළුවන්. හරි? පැහැදිලි? right. Then now you can extract this triangle. මේ triangle එක extract කරලා ගන්නවා මම. බලන්න. right. So here 100 and here x and here 50. So you know that the sum of these triangle in triangle sum is 180. So you can add up these three angles and equal to 180. So you can write x plus 50 plus 100 equal 180 degrees. So x plus 150 equal 180 degree. Just subject x 180 subtract 150. X given you 30 degree. X is 30 degree. Make it correct. Right. Now I am moving to the question number 16. So what are the theorems we applied here, Puta? Here the lines are parallel if that only the corresponding angles are equal. Although there are corresponding angles, although the lines is parallel or not, but they are equal when the lines are parallel only, right? Then we got here to here vertical opposite angles equal, and then this is a triangle in triangle sum is 180. Okay, right. එතකොට බලන්න අපි questions 15ක් discuss කරා. දැන් බලන්න ඔයාලට ගොඩක් දන්නේ නැති දේවල් තියෙන්නේ නැති. අලුත් දේවල් තියෙන්නේ නැති. සමහරු නම් දන්නම දේවල් තියෙන්නේ නැති. ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. හැබැයි paper by paper අපි යනකොට ඉස්සරහට up වෙනවා. හරිද? හැම වෙලේම පුතා මේ maths වලට ආස කරන්න. දැන් අපි ඕන ගානක් වුණත් හදන්න පුදුම ආසාවක් ගන්න හිතට. එතකොට මේ ආසාව තමයි අපිව ගෙනියන්නේ හොඳ maths වැඩකාරයෙක් බවට. හරිද? ඒ නිසා නිකන් අර කෑමක් කනවා වගේ right හොඳ ගැම්මක් හිතට ගන්න ගානක් හදනකොට. එතකොට ඒකේ උත්තරේ ගන්නකම් නිකන් අර ගානට දිනුම දෙන්න රෙඩි වෙන්න එපා. අපි ගාන පරාජය කරන්න ඕනේ. එතකොට තමයි අපිට පොඩි කික් එකක් ජවයක් එන්නේ හිතට. හරිද? ඒ නිසා ඒක හිතට ගන්න කවමදාකවත් ගණන බෑ කියලා අතාරින්න ළමෙක් වෙන්න එපා. right ගාන බෑ කියලා මං අතෑරියේ නෑ නිකන් අර අපි කියන්නේ. සමහර වෙලාවට අපි කියන්නේ නෝන්ඩි වගේ වැඩි. එහෙම වෙන්නේ නැතුව අපි ගාන දිනුම දෙන්න එපා. එතකොට අපි හැමදාම ඔට්ටු වෙනවා ගණන් හදන්න. right දැන් කාලේ ළමයින්ගේ ප්‍රධානම දෝෂය තමයි දැන් යමක් ගත්තාම මේක මට බෑ. මේ වගේ ඒවා නම් අම්මෝ මං හදන්නේ මේවා අපිට ගැලපෙන්න ගණන් නෙමෙයි. අපි මෙච්චර ලොකු ඒවා හදන්නේ මේක මට බැරි යුනිට් එකක්. කියලා එතනම අපි ෆේල් වෙනවා. දැන් හැමෝම මේකෙන් හිතින් අයින් කරගන්න. හරිද? බැරි දෙයක් නෑ පුතා. හැමෝටම thinking ability එක තියෙනවා. මේක නිකන් මල කාලා මලකඩ තට්ටු වලින් වැහිලා තියෙන්නේ. පොඩ්ඩක් තට්ටු කරලා අයින් කරලා දාන්න ඕයි. අයින් වුණාට පස්සේ ආයෙ පොලිෂ් වෙනවා. ඕන ගානක් හදන්න පුළුවන්. හරිද? දැන් එතකොට මැත්ස් වලට නොලෙජ් එක දැන් අපි මොරටු යුනිවර්සිටි එකේ ඉන්නවා සාමාන්‍ය O level මැත්ස් වලට C ගත්තු ළමයි A level combined maths A අරගෙන දැන් O level C එකක් ගන්නවා කියන්නේ ගොඩක් නොලෙජ් එක කොහොම හරි වැඩ කරලා නෑ මූ අඩුයිනේ රිසල්ට් එක. හැබැයි A level combined maths A ගන්නවා. ඒ කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? වෙලා තියෙන වැඩ නොකිරීමම තමයි. මොලේ නැතිකම නෙමෙයි. බහුතරයක් දෙනාට තියෙන්නේ ඕකයි ගණන් වලට උත්සාහ නොකිරීමමයි ගණන් බැරි වෙන්න හේතුව. ගණන් නොහැදීමමයි බැරි වෙන්න හේතුව. ඒතර මැත්ස් වල අපි කියන්නේ සුපිරි මීටර ඉන්නේ සාමාන්‍ය ලංකාවේ ගත්තාම 3-4ක්. උන් ගණන් හැදුවත් එකයි නැතත් එකයි උන්ට මැත්ස් පුළුවන්. හැබැයි බහුතරයක් උන්ට මැත්ස් බැරි වෙන්න හේතුව ගණන් හදාන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ නිසා තමනුත් ඉදර ගන්න මටත් මේ බැරි වෙලා තියෙන්නේ මම මේකට try නොකරන නිසා. ඒ නිසා මැත්ස් වලට try කරන්න. එතකොට තමයි මේ සබ්ජෙක්ට් එක පිළිටන්නේ. right ලස්සනට වැටික් කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ. ඒ නිසා ඒක හිතර ගන්න බැරි නෑ හැමෝටම පුළුවන්. මොකද්ද වෙලා තියෙන්නේ? Taman try කරලා නෑ මෙතෙක් කල් මැත්ස් වලට. හරියට තියරි ටික ඉගෙනගෙන ගණන් හදලා නෑ බහුතරයක් දෙනා. right ගුරුවරයා ගණන් හදලා තියෙන්නේ. ගුරුවරයා ගණන් හදුවට බෑ Tamanට පාස් වෙන්න. තමනුත් මහන්සි වෙන්න ගණන් හදන්න. Taman try කරලා නිකන් අර මේක මට බැරි වුණා එහෙන අවුල් වගේ පන්තියට යන්න අද පේපර් ක්ලාස් එකට ඉඳ ගන්න මං මේක මට බැරි වුණා බලමු අපි ඒක කොහොම හදයිද අන්න එහෙම තැනකට ඔයාලා එන්න ඕනේ. හරිද? මේ මගේ එකක්වත් අද බැරි වුණේ නැහැ. හැම එකම හැදුවා. confident. හරි ආසයි. අන්න එහෙම සෙට් වෙන්න වැඩේට. එතකොට මේක අපහසු නෑ අපිට. හරි. right. So now we are moving to the question number 16, that is factorizing. You know that this is called the trinomial quadratic expression. So factorizing, we have 3 methods in O level syllabus. So what are the methods? First, you have to take the common factors. පුතා මුලින්ම අපි common factors බලන්න ඕනේ. මේක methods තුනක් නෙමෙයි ඇත්තටම steps තුනක්. මේ steps තුනට තමයි අපි search කරන්නේ factors. Then we check the difference of squares. මේකද කියලා බලනවා. difference of squares. එහෙම නැත්නම් අපි බලනවා මේක trinomial quadratic expression එකක්ද කියලා. එතකොට අපි බලපුවාම මෙයා not common factors for all the terms, not different of squares, that is a trinomial quadratic expression. Follow that order. Then how to factorize? We multiply this minus 12, the constant term, with the x squared terms. Then minus 12x squared comes. Now we check with the multiplication. Minus 12 comes there with the multiplication of these two, and when add the two terms minus 1x should be there. So minus එකක් එනවා කියන්නේ පුතා එකක් minus එකක් plus product එකක් වෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒතර මේ දෙන්න add වෙද්දි වෙන්නේ subtract වෙනවා. වෙනස තමයි එකක් වෙන්න ඕනේ. වෙනස එකක් වෙන pair එක කවුද? 12 හැදෙන multiplication එකේ 4 and 3. Then how you determine the sign? Here minus 1 should be answer. Then here with minus sign minus 4 and the bigger one minus 4, smaller one plus 3. So bigger කෙනාට 4 minus ලකුණ යන්න ඕනේ 4 3 ගේ කුඩා කෙනාට plus ලකුණ යන්න ඕනේ. ඇයි හේතුව මෙතන minus තියෙන්නේ. So now you replace this minus x by minus 4x and plus 3x. Right, now you factorize 2 by 2. So take here x, then x minus 4, take here plus 3, then take out here x minus 4. Okay, now x minus 4 is the common factor, take out. Right, x minus 4. What is the remaining here? X plus, what is the remaining there? 3. So the answer is x minus 4 into x plus 3. So what has happened as factorizing? Factorizing, we know, at the sum of addition, subtraction terms converted as multiplication. Multiplication එකක් බවට පත් වීම. මේකම තමයි factorizing කියන්නේ. Okay, right. Which question, Putta? This one, factorize. Okay, we will cover up the factorizing again, right? Throughout the papers, right? Here, what we did, this is a theory part in grade 9 and grade 10 maths also, right? We will cover up this, right? So imagine. So again, right, minus 12. So how you do it? Minus 12 multiply with x squared and take the minus 12 x squared. Then the product product should be minus 12 ගුණ කරද්දි minus 12 එන්න ඕනේ product එක ඒ වගේම මේ දෙන්න add කරපුවාම minus 1x එන්න ඕනේ middle term එක එන්න ඕනේ minus තියෙන නිසා කෙනෙක් plus එක්කෙනෙක් minus වෙන්න ඕනේ වෙනස තමයි plus minus ආපුවාම එකතු වෙන්නේ නැහැ නේ අඩු subtract වෙනවනේ වෙනස 1 වෙන්න ඕනේ minus 1 වෙන්න වැඩි කෙනාට minus 3 අඩු කෙනාට plus 3 මේ pair එක මෙතෙන්ට substitute කරලා 2 by 2 factorize කරලා තියෙනවා right then question number 17 now we have a triangle and these two lines are equal and these two lines are equal here 40 degrees so what they are asking in the triangle PQR PR equal QR that is fine and the triangle PSR PS equal PR that is also PS equal RS that is also fine this is 40 degree then they are asking QRS PS QR then they are asking QRS this is asking okay right this is how you deal see there see the bigger triangle Putta this is the bigger triangle everyone see to the board these two sides equal these two sides equal then opposite to the that sides are equal the angle opposite to the that sides angles are equal so this is 40 degree then front to that also 40 degree you mark here 40 okay fine then you can see in this triangle this small triangle these two sides equal here these two sides equal then front to that side angle also equal then if it is 40 here also 40 okay now you can consider the bigger triangle here 40 non here 40 and here 40 and here x so how to take the answer 40 plus here 40 plus here 40 plus here what's the now 40 and x so here 40 and we have another x part so that total angle contained with 40 and x 40 plus x here 40 40 the sum of these bigger triangles in triangle they add up to 180 now you can make equal 180 so now 40 40 40 that is 120 plus x equal 180 just subject x now bring that 120 to the other side then x equals 60 degree that is how you deal so what are the theorems you applied here when the sides are equal front to that sides angles are equal then here also the same theorem apply now you apply the interior angle sum of this triangle is add up to 180 okay right completed right we completed the 17th question right next one question number 18 see there a trader obtained a profit of rupees 40 by selling a dress for 540 right then find the profit percentage obtained by him right so always remember make a ගොඩාක් ළමයි වරද්දන ප්‍රශ්නයක් always profit percentage බලාගෙන ඉන්න හොඳට profit percentage this is learned at grade 9 equal the profit over which price profit එක බෙදන්න ඕනේ කාගෙන්ද by selling price or buying price උතර මතක තියාගන්න buying price මේක වරද්දනම point එකක් so into make a percentage multiply by 100 tell everyone what is the profit percentage profit percentage equal profit over buying price into 100%. So what is the profit? They mentioned that 40 profit is earned rupees 40 upon what is the buying price. Here they mention by selling for 540. 540 volt selling, that is the selling price. So if you substitute 540, that is incorrect. That is not the price to be inserted, the buying price. So 540 selling with the profit 40. Then what was the buying price? 540 වලට විකුණනලු 40 profit එකක් තියාගෙන. එනම් buying එක කීයද? ඊට වඩා 40ක් අඩුවෙන් buy කරලා තියෙනවා. එනම් buying price is less than 40 of 540, then that is rupees 500. කොහොමද ඒක ගත්තේ? 540ට විකුණනා 40ක profit එකක් තිබිලා ඒක ඇතුලේ. Profit එක subtract කරන්න. Buying price එක එනවා 500. So multiply by 100%. උත්තර මේක ඔලුවට දාගන්න. Right, always take the buying price. Now simplify two zeros. 40 divided by 5, that gives you 8%. 8%. Right. Oh, the specialty here, you have to take to the bottom the buying price, not the selling price. Right. Question number 19. Here a good question. When you see at once, you will not sometimes catch the question. මේක නිකන් බැලු බැල්මට එකපාර catch වෙන්නේ නැහැ. මාත් එකපාර බලපු ගමන් මම හිතුණා Pythagoras theorem එකවත් apply වෙනවද කියලා. බලපුවාම නෑ, concept එක තියෙන්නේ පොඩි concept එකක්. Right? බලන්න. This is an obtuse angle triangle. See there, this is the triangle. So I shade it. This is the triangle. So this is an obtuse angle triangle. If I take this AB as the base, what is the height? The height is drawn outside to the circle. That is the specialty of obtuse angle triangle. That is 10. That is the perpendicular height. Then I can write the area of this triangle. When I consider the base AB, then the height shall be this 10. In terms of that, I write the area. Area equal half into base into height. What is the base now? 9 centimeter. What is the height? Height is 10 centimeter. Okay, now I simplify 2, 1, 2, 5. Then 5 into 9, 45 square centimeter. That is the area when I consider the base here and the height there. Okay, then there is another way of getting the area. If I consider the AC as the base, see there, AC as the base, then the height shall be to the AC from the opposite vertex. This is the height, 5. Okay, then in terms of AC and 5, I again write the area. How? Area equal half into base. Base is AC. I write it is X because they are asking that value into the height. Height is 5. So now I know that area cannot simplify here. 5x top upon 20. 5x upon 2. Now we found the area in two different ways, but the same plane figure, same surface there, although we find by two methods. What you can do, you can equal this 45 with 5x upon 2. You found by two methods and equal the area. So 5x upon 2 in this way equal to the other way 45. This is the equation, simple equation. First eliminates this division 2. How? Just you can multiply by 2 both sides. Okay, then 2 cancel. Then here 5x equal 45 into 2, 90. Then divide by 5 both sides. Then 5 cancelled, x equal 5 1 5 48. So 18 centimeter, x equal 18 centimeter. Right, correct it. Right, it's a good question. In both way, we got the area and we make equal them. If any questions, you can ask. Right now, we are at question number 20. So that is important. Select and write a pair of congruous triangle from the following triangle. So here the specialty, as I mentioned here, always one angle is not given, right? Mark the balance angle. දෙකක් දීලා අනික නැත්තම් පුතා හැම විටම දීලා නැති කෙනා හොයන්න, because this is a triangle. You know that all add up to 180. Okay, right. So you can find out the balance angle here. එතකොට ඉස්සෙල්ලා වැරදුනා නම් උඩට නෝට් කරගෙන වැරදි ක්වෙස්චන්ස් ටික අදම හදලා ඉවර කරන්න ඕනේ තනියම. මේක බලාගෙන කොපි කරන්න එපා. මෙතඩ් එක අල්ලගන්න හොඳට අහගෙන ඉඳලා ඊට පස්සේ ඒක Taman තනියම හදන්න. right. 70 60, so 130, then here it becomes 50. How you found it? The sum of interior angle is 180. Here 130 50. Then here 60 50 110. Balance is 70 the angle. Here 67 to 130, then balance is the 50. Right. Now no problem. 70, 60, 50 everywhere in the both all the triangles. Now only one side given. Only one side given. Right. One side refer and two angles given. So what is the case reference if they are congruent? Angle side. දොර යන්න පුළුවන් එකම case එකයි පුතා. ඒ තමයි AAS. By the reason only one side and two angles given. Angle side. So here the specialty you have to check whether the side is corresponding. මෙතන critical වෙන්නේ මෙයා. මේ side එක corresponding ද කියලා check කරන්න ඕනේ. Whether the side is the corresponding side. It may not be any side. What is the wording? Corresponding side. How to check the correspondence? You see there. So take this side. This is the side given. Take the front angle to that side. That is 50 degree. හරිනේ. එහෙනම් මෙයා corresponding වෙන්න නම් තව එකක side එකක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ. එයා ඉන්න ඕනේ 50 ට ඉස්සරහින්. හරි? එහෙනම් අපි මෙතෙන්ට ගිහින් බලනවා මෙයා ඉන්නේ කාට ඉස්සරහින්ද කියලා. That side also front to the 50. Then that means these two sides corresponding. That is okay. So any two other angles are there, 70, 50, 60 there, no problem. But see there, this side is front to the 60 degree, that is not corresponding. එකයි මං කිව්වේ when two angles given in a triangle, find the other angle to find the correspondence. පැහැදිලිද correspondence වෙන විදිය? මෙයා ඉස්සරහින් ඉන්න angle එක බලව 50, make it 50. එහෙනම් මේ sides දෙක corresponding. So these two triangles congruent, ABC and XYZ. First two, ABC and XYZ. First two are congruent. Okay, now we are moving to the 21. 21. The base area of a cuboid shaped vessel is 210 square centimeter and height is 7 centimeter. Find its capacity. Puta, in maths world, right, we have two types of solids, right? So what are they? Two types of solids only. So the solids having uniform cross sections and solids not having uniform cross section. So cuboid is a solid with uniform cross section. This is the uniform cross section. Okay, so that is the uniform cross section. We take the area of that is A. Then this is the height of the solid. We take it as H. For the solids having the uniform cross sections have only one equation for the volume. So the volume equal, right, uniform cross sectional area of uniform cross section into the height of that solid. Okay, so what is the uniform cross sectional area now here? 210 square centimeter into height is 7 centimeter. Now just the uniform cross section multiply with height given. Okay, now check the answer. 7 0 0, 7 into 1 7, 7 into 2 14. So what is the unit? Cubic centimeter. Okay, 7 into 0 0, 7 into 1 7, 7 into 2 14. So what is the answer? 1470 cubic centimeter. Right. What is the volume of a solid having uniform cross section? Remember this equation. The volume equal uniform cross sectional area into length. You can subject anything here. Cross section, how to find? Volume divided by the height. How to find the area, the height, volume divided by the cross sectional area. V equal A into H. V equal A into H. Remember that equation. Right. Now we are at question number 22. See there. Uh, find the LCM of these multiple. Right. ඔන්න බලා ගන්න LCM එක හොයන ලේසිම ක්‍රමය කියලා දෙනවා මේ ක්‍රමයට යන short method එකක්. So separate the terms here. We have two terms, 2a x plus 1, and here we have a squared x plus 1. Right. Remember, in the O-level paper, we have the ELC of algebraic terms. The O-level paper එකේ මොනවගේද ELC හොයන්නේ for the algebraic terms, not the algebraic expressions, right? Although here the questions given algebraic expressions, but we have algebraic terms, then that questions would be easy, right? This is my method. So I expand, I expand all the individual terms, right? The part 2, then next term a, I apart a, and then I apart the x plus 1, right? So all are having multiplication between. But separate the terms. Then here the a squared term is having. So now I align a terms together. මෙතන a නම් a යටින් තමයි a terms ගන්න ඕනේ. a squared a જાති එකක් එහෙනම් a squared under the a terms and x plus 1 under the similar terms x plus 1. This is how I write. Okay. Now I can take the answer. So here 2 is there. You can take 2 as it is. Here when having similar terms, take the maximum power of similar terms. එකම ජාතියයි ඉන්නකොට පුතා අපි ගන්න යාගේ maximum power එක. So a and a square there. So what I take, the maximum power a square. So I take a square here, and here we have x plus 1, x plus 1. Similar terms, එහෙනම් වැඩිම කෙනත් එයාම x plus 1 ගන්නවා. So what is the answer then? I can write together 2a squared x plus 1. That is the LCM. මේක හදාගන්න. Right. Correct it? පැහැදිලි නේද? Right. Similar terms, මොකද කරේ? I bit apart the terms, and then similar terms align into similar terms and take the maximum power of similar terms. Correct it? If any questions, you can send me a message. Now I can see the messages. Yes, Puta, capacity. Capacity means the full volume. They're asking what's that? Find the capacity. Yes. Capacity is the full volume. When we completely fill a certain container, that's the wording called capacity, right? Volume also, not, we cannot say that similar to capacity. We can use the volume word, but special case capacity is used when totally completed, right? Okay, right. Now we are moving to the next question. Until that, if any questions, you are free to ask. Right. Any questions? Right. Now we are moving to the 23rd question. Right. Right. This is the sketch. So A, B, C, D, and here 20 centimeter, and here 15 centimeter. Okay. So a sketch of a rectangular shaped land drawn to the scale of 1 to 200 is given below. Okay. find the actual length of land, right? So this is a scale diagram. So use the actual length, right? So 200 centimeter, that is centimeter, no, that is not an actual length. Okay, so what's the scale says 1 to 200. මේකේ තේරුම මොකක්ද පුතා? 1 to 200 කියන එකේ, if this is smaller one is the drawing one, scale length. If scale length is 1, bigger one actually කෙනා ලොකු ඉන්නේ, then actual is 200, right? මේක තේරෙනවද හැමෝටම? Right, 1 to 200 mean the smaller part is the scaled one. පොතේ ඇඳපු එක තමයි scale drawing එක. Scale එකේ එකක් තිබුණොත් actual 200 තියෙනවා. මොකද්ද unit එක? We can substitute any unit. I apply centimeter, okay, to the scale. See now, if I draw 1 centimeter, that means 200 centimeter actual. එන 1 සෙන්ටිමීටරයක් කියලා කියන්නේ සෙන්ටිමීටර 200ක් ඇත්තට මෙතන තියෙනවා. මම මේ right side එක simplify කරගන්න meters වලින්. දකුණු පැත්ත සෙන්ටිමීටර 200 කියන්නේ මීටර කරන්න 100ෙන් බෙදලා 2 meter. එහෙනම් මොකද්ද relationship එක? 1 centimeter එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ drawing එකේ actually 2 meter. එහෙනම් මෙතන කොච්චරක් තියෙනවද? සෙන්ටිමීටර 20ක්. එහෙනම් එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ මීටර දෙකක්. එහෙනම් සෙන්ටිමීටර 20ක් කියන්නේ කොච්චරක්ද? ඒ වගේ දෙකක්. දෙවරක් 20. 2 into 20 meters. එහෙනම් මොකක්ද answer එක? 40 meter. තේරුණාද? ආයෙත් බලන්න ස්කේල් එකට ගිහිල්ලා 1 to 200 කියන්නේ ස්කේල් එකේ 1 centimeter නම් actually 200 centimeter. ඊට පස්සේ අපි මේ 200 centimeter මීටර කරා. 1 centimeter කියන්නේ 2 meters. හරි. එහෙනම් 1 සෙන්ටිමීටරයක් කියන්නේ මීටර දෙකක්. එතකොට මෙතන සෙන්ටිමීටර කීයක් තියෙනවද? 20ක්. එහෙනම් එකක් කියන්නේ මීටර දෙක ගානේ, දෙකේව 20ක් තියෙනවා. 2 into 20 40 meter. That is the actual. Okay, logic එකෙන් ගන්නකො පාඩම් කරලා multiply කරන්න යන්න ඕනේ. Right, now we are moving to the 24th question. 24th one, we have 4 upon 5 minus x minus 1 upon 5. Right, be careful here. Fractions, subtractions, so we need to make same denominator. Here no problem, denominator same, so you can keep the same denominator 5 and do the subtraction. But careful here, for subtract, x minus 1 is not a term, that is an expression, so keep a bracket for x minus 1. Then you can simplify it. How? 4 multiply with minus sign inside. Here minus 1 there. මෙයාගෙන් ඇතුළ multiply කරන්න පුතා. Minus into x, minus into minus, minus minus plus 1. ඔන්නොතනයි case එක. හරි. Then 4 plus 1 add වෙනවා. 4 plus 1 either way 4 plus 1 5 minus x upon 5. 5 minus x upon 5. ඔතන careful වෙන්න ඕනි. කොතනද right, keep a bracket for here subtraction. මෙතන expression එක ගාව brackets දාන්න. ගොඩක් ළමයි දාන උත්තරේ මොකක්ද දන්නවද? 4 minus x minus 1 upon 5 කියලා දාලා 3 minus x upon 5 ගන්නවා. That is incorrect answer. Okay, so 5 minus x upon 5. Be careful with this minus sign and keep a bracket there, that to be expanded by multiplication. Okay, last question. $25. So here AB and here perpendicular line and here C, and these two right sides are equal. Now see the question. Sketch the location of the point which is equidistant from the point A and C and equidistant from the line AB and AC, right? So how many locus are there in the O-level syllabus? 4 locus. Out of 4 locus, 1 locus is there in the O-level paper. The O-level paper එකේ locus 4න් එකක් තියෙනවා පුතා අනිවාර්යෙන්ම. So we have 4 locus. Out of that, 1 locus is there exactly. Remember that. Okay. What are the 4 locus if I remember you? Right. First one, equidistance to a point, that is a circle. The second one, equidistance to 2 points. Points dekakata equidistance, that is the perpendicular bisector of it. The third one, equidistance to a line, that is a parallel line. Then equidistance to 2 line, that is the angle bisector. So these are the 4 locus. This is the equidistance to a point, certain point A. Equidistance to that point is a circle. Then we have points 2, A and B. So these are the 2 points. Equidistance to that 2 points means the perpendicular bisector of it. Then we have a line AB. Then equidistance to that line means parallel lines. Then we have 2 lines called 2 intersecting lines, non-parallel lines, ABBC. Equidistance to these 2 lines mean lines දෙකට එකම distance එකකින් යන්නේ එයාගේ angle bisect එක. Right. So these are the 4 locus. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of 4, 1 is there in the exam for the paper 1. හරියටම එකක් තියෙනවා. Here the 2 locus given. But in O-level paper, remember that under the ELC content, it says 1 locus to be drawn, not the 2, right? 1 locus is drawn, right? If 2 questions, 2 locus questions, they are 1 to be given, right, Putta? So sketch the location of the point which is equidistant from the point A and C. Now carefully see point A and C. A and C කියන්නේ කවුද කියලා අඳුර ගන්න. Right? Is it a point? Is it 2 points? Is it a line? Or is it 2 lines? A and C means 2 points. Points දෙකක්. Points දෙකකට කවුද equidistance යන්නේ? Perpendicular bisect එක. එහෙනම් මෙන්න ඇඳලා තියෙනවා A and C ට equidistance යන්නේ මේ line එක. Right? It is drawn. That's what I mentioned. If 2 locus questions there, 1 locus to be drawn by themselves. Perpendicular bisect එක. So that is the perpendicular bisect. Okay, the next one, equidistant from the line AB and AC. So now AB and AC means 2 lines. AB is 1 line and AC is another line. So equidistance to 2 lines. AB this line, AC this line. Okay, equidistance to 2 lines means the angle bisect. How to draw? Make an arc as vertex A. Okay, then make distance bigger and make an arc here and put there and put there and make an arc. Then right, connect these. This is the angle bisector. So what is the now requirement to meet these both cases? How to take the answer? So these 2 meeting at a certain point. So that is the intersecting point of these 2 locus. Now you can see that this angle bisector meet with the perpendicular bisector at this point. So that is the needed point for the equation. Needed point where the 2 locus intersect each other. Right. So that are the completion of first 25 questions in a detailed manner. So likewise, every day, not only 25 questions, the full first paper will be discussed. Right. So today, as the very first day, and we gave an introduction, we didn't have much time to complete the part B, but I completed the whole part of part A, and I gave you a better idea of how the paper is set up, how the questions is given, how the depth, and what is our program and the process of doing the paper class. Okay. So next day, what I do, so we have here part B balance. Part B balance questions is there. How many questions? 5 questions. So now then I attach part A to that part B, because that is otherwise a balance is there. No? I attach 25 questions of part A to that part B and I issue the paper. මේ සතියේ විතරක් ඒක වෙන්නේ මේකේ part B වුණොත් ලබන සතියේ මේ questions පහ විතර discussion එකට තියෙන්නේ. ඒක නිසා මම ආයෙකට part A එකක් attach කරනවා. attach කරලා මේ දෙකේම combination එකක් විදියට paper එක issue වෙනවා. හරිද? එතකොට part B එක තියෙන්නේ අද paper එකේ part B එක. එතකොට ඒක කරපු අයට part B එකේ questions පහ කරන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. part A එකේ questions 25 තියෙන්නේ next day එකට. හරිද? දොට ඒක තමයි පේපර් 2 එක විදිහට දෙන්නේ. මොකද අද බැලන්ස් එකක් ඉතුරු නිසා. ඒතර අපි ලබන සතියේ ඉඳලා අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම හැම දවසකම full paper එක discuss කරලා ඉවර කරනවා. right marks දෙනවා හැමෝටම. right any questions, any suggestions, any necessary things that you need to know, yeah, right, you can send me a message. So I think all of you are in the our group. The needed point is the point that the two locals intersecting, right? The location of point, needed point, they are asking that point, right? This is the needed point. Needed කියන වචනේ මම දැම්මේ ඒක තමයි අපිට ඕන point එක ගානේ මාක් කරන්න. හරිද? එතකොට මතක තියාගන්න නම් group එකේ හැමෝම ඉන්නවා. ඒතකොට ලබන සතියේ මම එවන්නම් registration link එක ඒ විස්තර ටික. එතකොට paper class එකේ paper එක බොහෝ විට හෙට රැට ටියුස්ඩේ වෙද්දි මම ඊළඟ පේපර් එක පබ්ලිෂ් කරන හැම වීක් එකේම. එතකොට ඔයාලා මේ පේපර් එක අරගෙන කරලා CR පොතයි රෙඩ් පෙන් එකයි එක රෙඩි වෙලා ඉන්න ඕනේ. එතකොට අද පේපර් එකේ බලන්න අත උස්සන්න මේකේ තමන්ගේ මාක්ස් දාන්න බලන්න කරපු අය out of 50 how much you gain. ප්‍රශ්න 25ක් තිබුණානේ. ඒ කියන්නේ ලකුණු 50ක්. 50න් තමන්ට කීයක් ලැබුණාද මාක්ස් කරපු අය? நம்ம ලබන සතියේ නම් මාක්ස් ටික මොනිටර් කරනවා. හැමෝම ලකුණු දාන්න ඕනේ. කොච්චරක් කරාද මොනවද ඩවුට්ස් තියෙනවා අහන්න ඕනේ. එහෙම අපි ලයිව් සෙෂන් එකේ බලට කතා කරන අවස්ථාව හැමෝටම දෙනවා. හරිද? right. එදොර group එකේ හැමෝම ඉන්නවා. එදොර පේපර් එක හැමෝටම බලන්න පුළුවන් ගන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට අපි ලබන සතියේත් එහෙනම් සාන්දුවක් පේපර් ඩිස්කෂන් එක යනවා. registration details විස්තර ටික group එකට දානවා. ඒක අනුව ඔයාලට රෙජිස්ටර් වෙලා වැඩ ටික කරලා යන්න පුළුවන්. හරිද? ඒතර මේක පුතා ලොකු මහන්සියක් මගේ වගේම ඔයාලත් මේකට මහන්සි වෙන්න ඕනේ. මාත් ගොඩක් මහන්සි වෙනවා papers හොයන්න ඕනේ, papers හදන්න ඕනේ, සමහර ඒවා questions දාන්න ඕනේ අලුතින්. ලොකු process එකක්. ඒ නිසා ඒකේ වටිනාකමක් දෙන්න ඔයාලත් උදේ මහන්සි වෙන්න. හැමෝම papers ටික හරියටම කරලා සහභාගී වෙන්න එකයි මගේ ඉල්ලීම. අනිත් එක රෙකෝඩින් පස්සේ දුවන්නේ නැතුව හැමෝම ලයිව් සෙෂන් එකට සම්බන්ධ වෙන්න. එතකොටයි මේකේ උපරිම බෙනිෆිට් එකක් ගන්න පුළුවන්. හරි. ඒතර මොනවා හරි හේතුවක් නිසා බැරි වුණොත් මම රෙකෝඩින්ස් ප්‍රොවයිඩ් කරනවා. මේක රෙකෝඩ්ස් වෙනවා. ඒ නිසා මේ වැඩ ටික හරියටම කරමු අපි සෙට් වෙලා. අර හොඳ සොලිඩ් ඩේ එකකට යන්න පුළුවන්. මොන දැනුම් මට්ටමේ හිටියත් හොඳ අප්වීමකට යන්න පුළුවන්. හරියට වැඩ ටික අපි කරගෙන ගියොත්. ඒතර ඊට අමතරව අපි තියරි ක්ලාස් එක තියෙනවා. Tamanට තියරි වල ඩවුට්ස් ගොඩාක් තියෙනවා නම් තියරි අහුවෙලා නැත්නම් තියරි පන්තියකට යන්න නැත්නම් තියරි පන්තියටත් එන්න පුළුවන්. තියරි පන්තිය තියෙන Tuesday 8 to 10 pm tomorrow. ඒතර හෙට Tuesday අපි 8 to 10 තියරි පන්තිය තියෙනවා. පේපර් ක්ලාස් එක හැමදාම Monday 8:30 to 10:30 තියෙනවා. හරිනේ? right. එහෙනම් මං හිතන්නේ හැමෝටම ඕකේ. අපි උත්තේ දැන් මේ පාර ටර්ම් ටෙස්ට් එකට ටිකක් ප්‍රෙපරේෂන් එකේත් අපිට පේපර්ස් 4-5ක් පුළුවන්. හැබැයි අනිවාර්යෙන් බලන්න තර්ඩ් ටර්ම් එක 10 වල සෑහෙන අප්වීමක් වෙනවා අනිවාර්යෙන්ම හරියට සංගීත එක්ක වැඩ ටික කරන් ගියොත්. හරි. එහෙනම් ජය වේවා හැමෝටම. අපි meet වෙමු එහෙනම් theory class එකත් එක්ක හෙට ප්‍රයාට 8ට and with paper class by next Monday the 8:30 pm and keep in touch with the group and do the paper as well. Okay, Putta, everyone have a nice day and good night to everyone. Bye bye.